I'm not even gonna do an intro or boomer great one because I can't afford it. And this will be part of the lesson today because Cox Communication the past 2 days has just been conking out because once again, you companies don't make a good product at a fair price. But I'm not going to get into that. Some good news, some very good news, and I'm very highly impressed, and I really say that. So if you go to my YouTube channel, I did a video called "People Reaching Fuck It," and it talks about that healthcare CEO getting bumped off. But I've made the larger point that people are reaching their limits because, among other things, corporations make shoddy products that simply don't work or add bells and whistles that annoy or perturb the client, and that you can't go an hour without what pick think of all the products you use. Your coffee not getting right. Um, the gas, I got a credit card where apparently I can't buy gas with it. It's a business credit card. I can't buy gas. Uh, your car glitches, computers up, all this shit, all made by corporations who are always trying to take the cheap way out. Their only business strategy is cut quality, and then think that that's not going to have an effect on the quality. I'm sorry, cut costs and not think that's going to have an effect on the quality of the product. But charge you the same price. And all you do is start sending out shit products that don't work and frustrate people. I say that's what you really got to worry about. Not that someone's going to go bump off the CEO of whichever company, but people are just going to stop buying your product. They're going to stop going out. And there might be a day. There might be a day where there's a Michael Douglas falling down event where the dental floss doesn't come out of the dental floss container at all the right way. And that's the straw that breaks the camel's back. And then all of a sudden there's 5 dead at a mall or something. So I posted that video, and in Twitter, I actually got a response from Oral-B. Oral-B is the dental floss that I've been using for years, because they got the best. Okay, they had the best product out there. This seems very petty and minor, but you do a billion petty and minor things that all add up. For example, paper needs to be the right consistency to go through the printer. Otherwise, I don't know, you're a Hewlett Packard printer and it doesn't go through, right? You see how a mosquito bite every 15 minutes will drive you insane? So I did. I went with Oral-B satin. It doesn't, well, it used to not fray in your teeth. But it's still the best quality, I'd say, dental floss on the market to my knowledge. And I mentioned the dental floss not coming. I had my little dental floss on the video I did about people reaching fucking. You could see, you couldn't pull it out. Oral-B responded. Aaron, we know how important it is to easily dispense your floss and are happy to help with the many quality checks we have in place. Obviously not. This isn't what we'd expect, so we can help further. Please send us a DM. And I will. I'll send you. I'm doing this video because it's a little bit more complicated than, oh, yeah, your floss don't work. So why this is, I'm very impressed. It actually shows there is somebody at Oral-B who gives a shit. This person is in the distinct minority based on overall corporate behavior. This person's like, oh shit, a customer has a legitimate complaint. The product isn't working. We want to know. Please reach out for us. And I'm like, wow, that's how it should be. Someone in corporate land gives a shit about quality control. But here's the problem. And this is not the guy or the gal who's in charge of the brand name. I imagine there's a division or whatever of Oral-B, but someone pointed out to me, I did not know this for years, that Oral-B is it's owned by Procter & Gamble. It's one of the many brands that Procter & Gamble owns. So you guys say, well, what's the problem with that? Well, go back about 5 years. And Procter and Gamble, through another brand called Gillette, came out with was nothing more than a sexist and racist. And I know those terms are overused a lot, but it was actually racist and sexist against white males. That's what it was. I don't care how they spin it. I don't care how, oh, no, you don't understand. But if, maybe you guys weren't around. Maybe a lot of you weren't shaving back in those days. But Gillette came out with a commercial, which you could find online. The best men can be. It used to be the best the man could get. And my family, Gillette and Old Spice, the best a man could get. And then it said the best man could be, because they gave the reins to some college educated fuckwit, some Tina, some Madison, some Tanner, and they made this commercial. You know, I just want a smooth shave. Really, that's all I wanted. As every other man in the world wanted, and it was all. I think it was during the Me Too thing. I think that's when it was, and it was all about, well, we got to do better for women, and men are abused. Now they didn't say men are abusive. They didn't say that, but that was what it was implied. There's toxic masculinity. Men are toxic, and men got to stop beating their wives and being abusive and being assailants. And whereas they didn't come out right and say it, they definitely implied it, that white men are beating their wives and they're racist. That's it. Sorry if you say, we didn't. No. You don't get to slap me in the face, gaslight me, say, I didn't slap you. I just had an issue. I don't know what you're talking. No. And like Bud Light, hiring a chick with a dick or a dick with, I don't know, which I don't care. With Dylan Mulvaney for a beer commitment, same exact thing. Ben said, fuck you. You racist, sexist, fucking assholes. Fuck you. You unethical pieces of shit. And people abandoned the Gillette brand. Now, as is typical, one large corporation doesn't just own one brand, and Procter and Gamble owns a lot. They own a lot of different brands. And so I had to go through and say, all right, what is Procter and Gamble? Because there isn't Gillette's not its own company. It's just one of many products Procter and Gamble owns. And so I went through, I'm like, oh my God, they own Old Spice. Oh, and what's really sad, you know what's sad? Like Gillette, I liked Old Spice. My grandfather, you had generations of Clarys using Old Spice. And I like the cologne, and not the cologne. I like the deodorant. Shaving cream was all right. What else? Oh, the aftershave. Old Spice. We're an Old Spice. I'm a Dapper Dan man. We're an Old Spice fan. Fuck you. You racist, sexist fucks. Fuck you. And fuck you on a whole other level. Why are you putting politics into products? Now, they retreated from that, the Gillette ad. And then Old Spice, it's really sad I don't know if you pay attention to commercials, but the Old Spice commercials are actually kind of clever and funny. If you haven't seen them, it's a middle-aged black dude and his wife. I think they're celebrities or quasi-celebrities, and they're good-looking people. And the joke is she's always trying to swipe his Old Spice product, whether it was a body wash or deodorant or shampoo or whatever. And he gets all upset. Are you stealing my Old Spice? And she's like, well, I have to, because she's playful and seductive, and it's very charming. Well, that's great. That's really clever. I would have been a proud Old Spice consumer. So look at this. That's funny. Oh my God, sit down. I don't know. Now, Oral-B, they probably have more sane heads, but Procter & Gamble, did you know you're going to sell more product being funny and witty and charming than lecturing Marxist fucking assholes? Like, did you know people don't like hanging out at church? Do you know people generally don't like being accused of sin when they really haven't sinned? Do you have a bunch of like Wisconsin Synod Lutherans in charge of your department? Let's hate everybody and shame them into buying our product. Anyway, so now it's tragic because obviously each brand is managed by a different department, a different set of people. And whereas Oral-B, see, I got to imagine you got some really competent people there at the Oral-B brand, the brand manager or the marketing staff or whoever. It's and reaching out seems like you guys actually give a shit. Well, I'm sorry. You're like a really nice maintained deck on the Titanic. You're part of Procter and Gamble. And whereas the good men and women at the Oral-B department or brand of Procter and Gamble are good, frankly, I'm still waiting for an apology. I am. I want an or at minimum, and this is never going to happen, right? This is never going to happen. So unfortunately, the end result is lost production, lost GDP, lower jobs, less profit. But what and this would be a lesson to the larger corporations because the Oral-B guy can't say, "Hey, you guys got to apologize because the Procter and Gamble Corp was like, fuck you, don't know who we are." Any company, whether it was Bud Light or Harley Davidson or John Deere or Tractor Supply or Procter and Gamble, you need to find these people and fire them. And here's the thing: they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't. You approved it, you greenlit it, you funded them. You say, yeah, let's do the racist, sexist, anti-white, hate the males commercial. Let's do the lecturing and the shaming. Let's be complete pricks. Right? You gave it the green light. You said, this is, hey, you know what they want? They want this. So you guys hired these people. You should give them a severance saying, sorry, we have to get rid of you. And it's our fault. Here is a very handsome severance package, but we're cleaning out all, I can't even call it bad people. It's not bad. It'd be like corrupted or antithetical to long-term business. Like they're just not congruent with long-term business profits and a viable business. But you're the ones that brought them in. Well, you better pay them to leave in defense of them. And then you come out and say, we here at Procter and Gamble are sorry for being racist, sexist fuckwits. I perhaps put a little more polite. And none of this, put it more politely than that, but none of this corporate speak. I don't know, some guy with a sack of balls comes in and says, we're sorry. That was horrible what we did. We have paid off and severance off the people, all the people responsible for that. We've moved them out. They didn't do anything wrong. It's just we made a strategic error. We apologize. We beg of you to come back. We have some new products, and we're never doing that again. And then you might get some people back. But I'm sorry, it's kind of like, I'm sure somewhere in World War II there were some really nice guys in the Nazis. I'm sure there were just some people who had, I'm sure there were some good German soldiers. I'm sorry, buddy. You're fighting for the fucking Nazis. A little bit more than one would think. You're kind of fascist a little bit. That group of people, fuck them, buy our product. And Oral-B might just be, Johann Fritz sitting there manning a station, doesn't believe in this thing or the funny goose step. I'm sorry, buddy, you're wearing the uniform. I'm sure you're a nice guy, and you probably are. But I can't help you out, man. We're at war. We are. And until I see an apology, and we have taken steps to remove the people involved in that so it never happens again, then I will reconsider buying Procter and Gamble products. And this one got past me somehow. I didn't know that Oral-B was part of Procter and Gamble until one of my audience members pointed out, hey, Procter and Gamble, Oral-B is part of Procter and Gamble. I'm like, what? And it's really because like Old Spice, I miss the deodorant. Although now I found pretty much the exact same substitute with Axe. Now someone's gonna say, "Oh yeah, Axe is owned by what Unilever and they're woke trash." Uh, I got to get rid of Oral B. And so my apologies to the good men and women who seem to actually give a fuck. You actually have corporate ethics. That's great. I'm sorry. You're associated with a vile corporation. You're associated with just I don't know. You said, well, those people are like, I don't care. I don't know about that. It's like Wells Fargo. Well, come on, Cappy. The people at Wells Fargo used to work with 25 or what, 30 years ago. They're all gone now. Oh, yeah. Well, then why do they keep setting up fake accounts at Wells Fargo? Where is it at? We, as a corporation, have a PR. We fucked up. We got to apologize. Until that happens, no. I don't care if it's 100 years from now. Until Procter & Gamble says, we are sorry for doing that, and we have taken aims and measures to make sure it never happens again. No. And you're never going to let down that Gillette thing. You're never going to let it down. That's the only way to get rid of it. And yeah, I know they're not. Yeah, Torgo, Hans, are we the baddies? And you, and at a larger top level view, to this day, I mean, I don't get it, man. I went to business school. I got a degree in finance. We had to take a bunch of dumbass business management classes. Are the people at the top? Are you guys really that stupid? Let's be controversial. Let's shove politics into things. What, regardless of what it is. I know it's boring, man. I know, and the people at Oral B probably get it. I'll say it again. People want a good product at a fair price. That's it. And they want you to get the fuck out of their way after that. I don't want to think about, oh my God, I'm buying deodorant and I'm supporting women and fighting against the paycheck. I just don't want to stink when I go out in public. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry, people of America in business management who thinks you got to save the world. No, your job is actually quite boring. Make the deodorant better and cheaper and maybe smelling nicer. That's it. That's your job. If you want to go save the planet, do it on your free time. If you want to fight the patriarchy and the evil white man or whatever, spread Christianity, raise awareness of lesbian, wheelchair bound, Hispanic, whatever it is you want to go do it outside of your job. And yeah, it's tragic. Do you know how tired I get? It's not even because everything keeps going well, but do you know, Matt, come on a journey with me, everyone at Oral B, because Procter & Gamble corporates to head up there. Come on a journey with me. All right. We got 78 years on this planet, right? And due to one of the benefits of capitalism, free market, we have all this choice, right? All this choice. But one of the criticisms that can be leveled against capitalism is, along with all this choice, you have tremendous amounts of shit products just trying to make a quick buck, right? So what is I think there was a movie with Robin Williams. And this is something to think about, economic philosophy. He's from the Soviet Union. He comes to America. I forget the premise of which. And they say, go to the grocery store and get some coffee. And he gets there and there's 40 types of coffee. He's like, coffee, coffee, coffee. And he goes insane. Now, a chore, whether you realize it or not, of every American consumer out there, it's like dating. We got to date a bunch of fucked up, mentally ill assholes not to get the one we're falling in love with, to get the one that doesn't actively fuck us over. That's how bad. There's a corollary between the products you corpos are shipping out and the dating pool. All right. We're just looking for something that works right now. Okay. But whether it's finding a spouse or finding dental floss, tires, whatever. We have to sift through a tonnage of shit to find a reliable quality product. Do you know? I'm getting old. You want to talk about an old man victory? Do you know how happy I am? It's Vegas. Do you know how happy I am when I find a restaurant that has staff that isn't fucking retarded? I get served in a reasonable amount of time. My order isn't fucked up, and the whole thing is an enjoyable experience. And it stays open. There's none of this. I show up and there's a piece of paper and they didn't update the way doo-doo staffing shortages, fucking scribbly on the piece of paper. It takes years to find how many products does the average human being need to just function in society? Dental floss, gas, tires, a car, internet service, fucking electronics, a cell phone. And with all that's like trying to find how many wives? 1,000 wives that can show the fuck up on time and do the job and not nag you to death? It's the same thing with products. And you go through life and then you say, hey, you know what? I don't got to worry about my deodorant. I don't have to worry about my shaving cream. You know what? Old Spice works. Well, in your case, the dental floss didn't work, but let's just say it did. You know what? This dental floss works. Like, you should have to think about it. The dental floss works. The cell phone internet works. But the gas doesn't clog up my fuel system. It just fucking works and we can get on with our lives. And with all of you trying to cut corners, none of these thousands of things that should just fucking work. And that's when we find something that works. Do you know what a fucking victory that is? Hey, you know what? I don't have to worry about the paper because the paper doesn't clog the printer. I don't have to worry about getting a printer because the printer has the right rubber when it pulls the paper through. And right now, every corporation is making it so that it ship products it's a victory. It's a day to celebrate when you get any product that does its fucking job. And then you come in, and over time, man, right? I'm 50 years old. I don't want to find no more women. I don't want to find no more toothpaste. I want to find no more cars. I like the products I got. I got my handful of restaurants I know I can go to without getting fucked in the ass by the dildo of great annoyance. And you come in, well, boys will be boys. White men fucking suck. Oh, you're toxic, and you beat women. Now I got to go back out in the wilderness and find another toothpaste or find another shampoo or because I frankly I'll go wander in the desert before I give people who hate me my money. Now, Oral-B people, thank you very much. I mean, thank you very much. It is a rare bit of good corporate ethics. You reached out. I applaud you. And I hope you all go to brands at a flagship company, a mother corporation, whether that's Unilever or Colgate-Palmolive. I think they're another one, where the parent company doesn't have a marred and racist and sexist and bigoted or just dipshit moralizing lecturing reputation. I wish you all the best in your careers, but I'm sorry I can't buy Oral-B anymore. You could have got me for like, think about it. Here's the funny thing. I didn't know I was financially supporting Procter & Gamble buying Oral-B because there's just so many products. And then whoever it was on the assembly line that fucked it up, prompted me, among other things, to do that was the straw that broke my camel's back, made me do that video. I'm trying to floss my teeth. And I said, "Oh, look at that." And this one says, "Hey, did you know that's Procter and Gamble?" And right now with this video, oh, it's Procter and Gamble. I'm sorry, Johann Fritz. You're part of the people with the funny looking cross on their shoulder. And yeah, I'm not gonna buy it ever again. Unless there is a not from Oral B, for Procter and Gamble. Until I see it. But yeah, so I will in intellectual honesty and fairness, I will respond. They want me to DM them. I'll do this video. I will DM you and say, "Here's what's wrong with your product. I wish you the best of luck." Man, I feel sorry for you guys. It's sad, Here's good people trying to make a good product at a fair price. Oh God, there's something wrong with our product, and they care. That should be every corporation. That should be every corporation. But I'm sorry, you're associated with, frankly, an evil company. And me and all the other men in the world, we're waiting for an apology, and we're waiting for you to get rid of those assholes who fucking dare to accuse us of being bigots and wife abusers. There you go. All right, let's go. Drago Capitador de Hadas. Oh my goodness, it sounds like a very prestigious Spanish title. €2. Cappy, just buy silk floss. It's cheaper and better. I've gotten that, and it shreds. It doesn't get stuck in your teeth, but it shreds easier. I used to have that, like Glide. I don't know who makes Glide. But yes, I will be in the market for dental floss. Just this morning, I flossed in the shower. I can't get the damn, because it's stuck. It's jammed in there. And so I may have to throw that. I got a 2-pack. So I'm probably going to throw the first one out. Maybe the second one will work. I don't know. That'll last me about a year. But I will not be buying Oral B again. I mean, now if they sold off, that might be okay. Then I buy Oral B again. I mean, even if the product is flawed, the fact they reached out to me, and let's say Oral B was sold off as a separate division, I go right back to Oral B, because now I know those are ethical people. They give a shit. But yeah, in the meantime, hey, guys, take the opportunity to make sure you're not giving people who hate you your money. No Old Spice, no Gillette, no, unfortunately, Oral B, and any other brands that it has. And now that the fact that Oral B got through the net, I got to double check and make sure I'm not buying anything else that's Procter and Gamble. YouTube viewer, $5. Unilever isn't much better than Procter Gamble with their crusade to get attractive women out of video games and the media. Yes, I saw that, and that happened several years ago. But Unilever, relatively recently, I think about 2 years ago, got a new CEO. He's like, "Yeah, we're backing off on the political shit." So that's why I'm more inclined to go to Unilever. Like I said, it's like the dating market. Everyone's a fat, obnoxious pain in the ass. I don't need them with 3 kids from 5 different fathers. So you're going with the best of you're going with the least worst to varying degrees. Every corporation, because current thing strategy. You're not going to see, like Walmart versus Target. All right, Target actively hates America. They fund nonprofit groups that hate America. Go look it up. Don't trust me. And they are the most leftist woke, but that's because they're from Minnesota. That doesn't mean Walmart didn't have DEI, but if I have to choose between Walmart and Target, I'm going to go with Walmart. And Unilever's kind of the same thing. Like, I think Vanguard, a lot of you say BlackRock and Vanguard did the ESG. Vanguard, in their defense, started backing away with it. You want to go with a company, Charles Schwab says, we're not doing any of that shit. If you want your money to go to a company that hates you the least, that's the best way to put it. You want your money to go to a company that hates you the least, I would recommend Charles Schwab. And I mean, there's many other things. There's another perfect example. Betterment. Man, going back to how a good product can drastically increase your standards of living. I love Betterment. It was great. It was probably to this day the best easy personal financial planning / retirement website out there. It was a robo advisor. It was cheap. And their whole thing was give us, enter in your information, age, when you're going to retire, current assets, blah, 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 blah. And the software would say, okay, given your parameters, we're going to throw you 60% into index fund stocks, 20% bonds, and whatever, 20% international. There's no actively managed funds. It's all index investing. It was painless and efficient. And I know this sounds very minor. It's very important. The website was very simple. You could do it. Anyone could do it. And I would have endorsed them regardless because of how simple and streamlined the process was. And then the guy came out with Black Lives Matter and we're donating money. Fuck you. I don't give money to people who hate me. And I had to give them up. I went with a different one. And at least they're not woke trash. At least they keep politics out of it. But goddamn, is their website a pain in the fucking ass. A pain in the fucking ass. It really is like going to this restaurant where everything is great. They sit down and like, oh, and we donate money to the Communist Party of the United States. Are you kidding me? And now I got to go to the other restaurant where the food ain't as great, the service isn't as good, but at least I know my money is going to go to an entity, an organization that hates me and actively encourages the destruction of the country. Oh, Cappy, they don't shut the fuck up. And for the love of God, you corpos, don't go the other direction. We're donating money to the white male swinging dick fund. We're donating money to the Trump campaign. We're donating money to whatever. How about you don't have politics at all in your fucking corporation? My God, did you know Democrats and Republicans use shampoo? Who knew? You know, feminists and masculinists and people who don't give a shit about either, they use deodorant, especially the feminists because they don't have the pit shaved, so they need extra deodorant. Maybe they need a little shampoo. So sad. Yeah, so if I got to choose between Procter & Gamble and Unilever, I'm going to use, what is, let me take a look here. Axe deodorant. Axe deodorant. Who owns Axe? Who owns Unilever? Yeah. All right. So it's less woke, less hating of me than Procter & Gamble. Akimoto Akira, $2, no dental insurance, be a man, pay for a clean. No, I do. I pay cash. I'm self-employed. I pay cash. I got my dentist down here in Vegas, who I'm exclusively going to now because they don't stab you $300 for a cleaning, like literally everywhere else. And that's another one. You know how long it takes to find a dentist that goes, oh, yeah, it was $50 a cleaning. Now it's $250. Fuck you. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, asshole consulting. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.